please grab your popcorn. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, probably since the migrant crisis started. Evelin Velasquez, the filthy migrant criminal who we call the devil's daughter, has finally been deported to Venezuela. There she is, guys. We did it. Finally, we all did it. Congratulations to you. This was long overdue. She mocked the country, the citizens, the entire process, and she got away with it for a while. Thanks to mostly the Democrats, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and her supporters, who enabled this stupidity, and some of them still do. You know, there's a lot of Democrats who are still supporting this garbage. But she's finally out. We got her out. I told you we were going to get her out. I did so many reports on this cockroach, but I finally feel like this is a full circle moment. Maybe I can finally take a break from exposing these criminals, but I know you guys don't want me to take a break since there's so many of them out there who are still taking advantage of the system and the hardworking American people. I wish Evelyn, the devil's daughter, could watch this video, but she can't because she's locked up in Venezuela, right where she belongs. We finally got her, but I wanted her to watch it. Remember, she told me that I was never, ever going to get to her since she is untouchable and unbreakable. But unfortunately for her, I do not give up. And now all of these migrants are truly freaking out over this channel. They do not want to show up on the VegaAxis channel. They're seeing the pattern. All of their friends or mutual friends who have appeared on this channel for the most part are gone. And migrants, since you're watching, I'll tell you again, we will not allow you to destroy this country. We're going to get you out. And you know exactly who you are. We will get you all out. Let's get started. I think it is only fair for us to go back and watch some of these reports about the devil's daughter. So Friday, can you please show the audience here some of those highlights?
All right, you got it, boss. Pulling up the videos of the devil's daughter right now.
Oh, by the way, Friday, looking good.
Oh, thanks, boss. Just switching up my look a bit, you know, keeping it fresh and wild for the channel.
Very nice, very nice. All right, go ahead.
Mira lo que dice sufrir, manita. La que sufre eres tú porque quiere tener papel americano. Mami, yo no quiero tener ningún papel americano. Yo tengo el mejor papel del mundo, nacionalidad venezolana.
Hello, everyone. Well, this is something you will not watch on the news. Here she's reading a comment that says, "You are suffering. You want the American papers." And she replies, "Mommy, I don't want any American papers. I have the best papers. The Venezuelan nationality. I don't want any of these American papers. I step on them. I don't like this country, to be honest with you. The only thing I like about this country is the dollar. Nothing else. I don't like this country." That's right, guys. This is Evelyn. She calls herself the daughter of God, or the proper translation would be God's daughter. Evelyn here has a filthy mouth. She has no regard towards the American people that are paying for the shelter she's staying at. She is anti-American. She has admitted that she is a Chavez supporter. Chavez, if you didn't know, is the Venezuelan leader that is now dead. and he was a communist. She said all of those things while living at a shelter in New York City. However, we have a major update from this migrant. She moved out of the shelter. That's right. Isn't that fantastic? However, guess what, guys? She's now living in a hotel in Brooklyn, New York. Then they make fun of you and immigrants alike. They're an open book, pretty much telling us that they are fake asylum seekers. And then they say, well, you will give us all of those benefits and you will like it and thank us for it. And this one right here is the perfect example. Indeed, I'm a migrant, and in a week, I made around $1,000 on TikTok while living in a hotel in Brooklyn, New York. Now, I know you Americans are going broke, but don't worry. I just need to get these benefits and as much cash as I can, and I promise you, all of my asylum problems will magically be gone. And then I will return to my home country and you'll never see me again. Look at that. She's ready to go for Halloween. Yep. And here she says in the caption that this is her and her husband. So again, you know, the party continues, guys, for the migrants in New York City. And well, here she is, relaxing and coming out of her 5-star shower and lip syncing, you know, look at that. She already had a good time at the nightclub. And well, it's time to relax. Yep, that's the future. That's the future that awaits us, guys, if we don't put Trump back in office. That's what's coming to all of us. And then here she says the following: it feels good when people talk trash about you, and then you're chilling regardless of that. Yep, I'm so happy. Everyone else is nervous, but I'm happy. Okay, and here she is taking a selfie with a police officer, sort of replying back to those that are saying that she would be sought after, you know, by authorities and whatnot. So she's, again, mocking you guys, right? And mocking all of us. I'm included in that package too. Why don't we start with the pro-communist Venezuelan migrant, Evelin Merlo, aka the devil's daughter. You know that she calls herself God's daughter, but we call her the devil's daughter, and rightfully so. So this pro-communist and anti-American individual has been in a long-term relationship with Johnny Tovar. Remember, the other thug that said to immigration officials they can go ahead and do you know what to his you know what. Well, Johnny left the devil's daughter and is now with another Venezuelan migrant. He is no longer in the state of Florida. Once again, I repeat, this individual received hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of assistance by the American taxpayers. And that's how she was able to record so many TikTok videos where she insulted many Americans when she said that she didn't like this country, that she's a pro-communist person. Well, what can I tell you? Evelyn, the devil's daughter, was watching all of those reports about her and she was being defiant. She replied to that last video, and I quote, she said, "You will never get to me, big mouth. You're not a gringo," end quote. Oh, Evelyn, I'm a gringo. Now I'm a gringo. In fact, I'll be the worst gringo you'll ever meet. And like I told you back in January, we were coming for you and your friends. And we did. This is you with your new boyfriend. So what was that you said? I'll never be able to get you? What? I can't hear you. Oh, that's right. I can't hear you because you are behind bars for being a disgusting criminal. But I told you I was going to get you. And I got you, bitch. I got you. I hope you're enjoying that popcorn. This is truly a feel-good episode. And here she is, arriving in Venezuela. And I'll let you listen to the original video.
Evelin Norvelis Velasquez Merlo. Norvelis Velasquez Merlo. $20 558 027 16 11 90. Entonces separaste para acá. 34. Ana Victoria Facedor. Soltera. Se llama Evelio Rafael Velázquez Caraballo.
Like most of these illegal border crossers and entitled individuals, the Devil's Daughter came here and she told a fake asylum story. I even interviewed her when the migrant crisis was starting, and at the same time I was starting to report and expose this situation.
Heard that,
Just letting us know
thanks
that
for her
you-
patience.
Do you hear me?
Colombian, we do. Do you speak Spanish as well, right?
Yes, I do. I speak Spanish fluently. That's my first language.
Perfect. Okay, so can you ask your question briefly in English and then in Spanish?
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna be as brief as I can, because the truth is this entire situation is very upsetting to me. So I'm gonna ask like as briefly as I can. So I need to make 3 points, and I'll be fast. First point, I'll say it in English, and then I'll translate it in Spanish. She said that she is here. She's not illegally here. I watched the live a little bit ago, and she had said that she crossed completely illegally. The problem is she got caught by immigration, and then she told her story, and then that's how she obtained papers. But she broke the law. She came here illegally. So that's one thing that I wanted to point out to her, if I can go ahead and ask.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can say it in English and then in Spanish. Yeah.
Right, okay, because that pertains to what the actual question that I want to ask. Buenas tardes, ¿cómo estás?
Buenas tardes, bien, gracias a Dios.
Sí, ok. Mira, te voy a hacer una pregunta y no quiero para nada que te sientas atacada, ¿ok? Pero quiero que entiendas mi posición. Yo soy inmigrante también, pero yo vine desde muy chiquita. Mi familia vino desde Colombia y nosotros hicimos todo legalmente. Ahora, tú habías dicho que tú no estás aquí ilegalmente, pero este es el problema que yo tengo, porque mi papá es veterano. Pero como te digo, no quiero que te sientas atacada, pero quiero que también entiendas nuestra posición. Ahora, nosotros que venimos aquí legalmente, tú dijiste que estás aquí legalmente y la situación no es así, porque tú viniste ilegalmente, tú rompiste la regla, tú te metiste ilegalmente y te agarró inmigración y por eso es que tiene papeles ahorita. Okay. Ahora.
No, escucha, yo entré por la aplicación de CPP-1.
Pero tú habías dicho que tú te metiste, que tú cruzaste.
La primera vez que estaba el paso cerrado, yo entré ilegal.
Ok, y te agarró inmigración, ¿correcto?
Claro. Y después yo pasé con la cita.
Pero ya te había, el punto es que tú, aunque te dieron la cita, es porque te metiste ilegalmente.
No, la cita la agarré yo después, porque cuando yo entré no estaba la aplicación. Ahí me deportaron, me impulsaron para México el 25 de diciembre y yo agarré la cita el 24 de febrero.
Pero entiende que esa cita no te lo hubiesen dado si no te hubiesen agarrado.
No, esa cita es para todo, la gente que viene entrando nueva y para lo que sacaron. Eso no tiene nada que ver con eso. Es una aplicación que sacaron el 12 de enero.
Yeah, Colombian. Just to clarify, everyone, guys. By the way, Evelyn is saying that she's replying to Colombian, saying that the way she re-entered the country is via an app. That's that people that are deported or haven't been deported have a chance to reapply.
Entonces, este es el problema que yo tengo. Mira, tú dices que no es tu culpa, ¿ok? Pero tú intentaste entrar ilegalmente, sea como sea. Digamos que no te hubiesen agarrado. ¿Ah?
Como entraron mucho hace muchos años, como entraron los mexicanos, como entraron todas las nacionalidades.
Sí, como entraron muchos. Yo no estoy hablando desde ahorita, yo estoy hablando de todos los que han entrado ilegalmente, colombianos, italianos, lo que sea. A mí no me importa que han entrado ilegalmente porque nosotros tuvimos que pasar un proceso y lo hicimos todo legalmente y pagamos todo. Nadie nos pagó a nosotros para poder obtener, ni nos dieron refugio, nada de eso. Nosotros lo hicimos todo legalmente y pagamos.
Ya no es culpa mía, ya eso es culpa del presidente.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
Que está dando el apoyo a los emigrantes. Yo no tengo para arrendarme, lamentándolo mucho, tengo que vivir en un refugio. ¿Cómo hago? ¿Me voy para la calle? Yo no tengo la culpa.
No, pero espérame, es que eso es mi punto, que tú dices que no es tu culpa. Sí es tu culpa porque estás aquí, ¿ok? No es culpa de nosotros porque nosotros estamos pagando por eso y eso es lo que a mí y muchos de nosotros, porque yo soy ciudadana americana, yo me hice, toda mi familia se hizo. Nosotros estamos trabajando, tú no tienes idea de lo que nosotros trabajamos para tener obligadamente que pagar taxes porque gente entra. Ahora, eso es una. Do you want me to translate that in English or
yes, not? Translate that in English for the audience, please.
So my argument here, she's saying that this is not her fault. And see, this is exactly my point, how they come here and they say this, that it's not their fault. It is their fault because they choose to come here. It is not our fault that we have to pay for this. My father is a veteran and I am getting sick and tired of trying to get him help because they will not help him because they keep taking taxes from us to help them. And the thing that makes me mad, okay, is that she makes it, how can I say this? It's not fair to those that really are coming.
Like a victim. Let's put it this way.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is that because of the way that she is, it's not fair to those that really are seeking asylum.
Exactly. That's what I said.
That really, that really are looking for a better life, not to take advantage of people, not to scam them, not that. She is, and that is not fair because there are good people out there and people like her. And I'm not just talking about Venezuela. I'm talking about Colombia, Peru, donde quiera venir. And it really makes me mad because we're paying for this. We're paying for this for her to sit there and make fools of us. And then she makes TikToks literally saying, I'm making fools of them and I'm using them.
I want to protect the platform. We need this information. I mean, she gave us the information that we wanted, or at least most of it. Okay, totally. You have a chance again. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. Can you hear me, man?
I can.
It's a good thing I was dropped, bro, because I'm boiling here. You know, I'm a big fan, bro. For everybody, if you're not following VegaAxis, follow VegaAxis.
Yes.
And this guy puts on some great lives. Okay, I've been here for immigration crisis, blacks for Trump, Mexicans for Trump, and now we're talking to migrants. But I tell you what, and they're all great. So follow him, and this should be way over 100,000 likes, and people should be sharing this.
Yes,
because people need to hear this shit. Yeah. So excuse me, and you know, today is like the 13th or something. 11 months, 13 days, not a shot of alcohol for me. If I needed a shot of alcohol, I needed it for this call. And I want to say a few things here, and then I'll get out of your hair, bro. This is the biggest humanitarian crisis ever in this country, maybe in the world. And you got to understand why. You cannot blame these people. You know, I got a sore spot for this. When my parents came here, the door was open for them, but it was done in an organized, proper fashion. And I get it. You know, I get it. We all want it done that way. But just understand where the blame falls. It falls on the current administration and the prior administrations for not putting a proper immigration plan in place. Because we got the room, we got the food, we got the work, we got it all. But Americans, we live in our bubbles. We like to get shit from China. We like to get shit from everywhere. It needs to be streamlined, you know? Listen, man, we're Americans.
Let me interrupt.
No. Give me a moment, please, because my blood's been boiling. I've been on this for hours. I'm with this guy every live.
Okay.
We're Americans. We've given our treasure, our blood for strangers in other countries, in other conflicts that weren't ours. And to like shit on people who are coming here because they were invited by this administration. And for anybody who says different, you're full of shit. Yeah, but you know there were lines waiting to come the moment Trump got out of office. So please, man, you know, think about it. Think about why it's happening. And don't blame these people. You can't blame these people for wanting a better life and taking this guy up on it on an invitation. I'm sorry. I'm boiling.
No, that's not the point.
Totally.
I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. Let's let Cynthia wanted to respond. Go ahead, Cynthia. Thank you totally.
Well, I understand, Mr. Rocco, what it says, but like you said, it's like that's where we need to choose representatives wisely and start from the beginning and get involved with this politicians, because I think that's the root of the problem with the politicians and us not, you know, doing our due diligence before we even choosing these people, because like they say, but once they're in the ballot, it's already too late. We got to get involved way before. And I feel that there's a solution, because at the end of the day, nothing's going to change if we the people don't stand up to the government and to the politicians. And we got to let the politicians know that we're not going to stand for this. So how do we do that?
Go ahead, totally. You got to unmute. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I got it now. Listen, all good, man. I'm working here right now, too, at the same time I'm listening. I appreciate you. VegaAxis for State Senate. Thank you so much, brother.
I understand that, but asylum requires a process.
No, I agree. What I'm saying is that the entitlement mentality is there of
absolutely
of this is our right to go through this process the way we're doing it, which is the wrong way. And also, again, if you, I'm going to try to post this interview on YouTube. By the way, guys, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll see the entire stream there, where I interviewed her originally, and she was giving us answers about the reason why she's here is to make money to help her son. Later on in the interview, as I was asking her more tough questions, her friends joined the live stream, and they were telling her to get off the live, and they were telling her to watch out with her answers. And then from there, she started saying about her being scared for her life, and her story seemed to change at that point, which I found.
Leave your children in a country if you're scared for your life.
And she said that her kids' lives are also, you know, and I want to be careful here.
What
you know,
mother on earth would leave her children behind if she is threatened for her life, but yet she's got her boyfriend with her?
Right. So it was very very interesting how things started to change, you know, as you interview her.
And I know she was full of it, but I didn't get into an argument with her because that was not the point of the interview. The point of the interview was for her to tell us the real reason why she came here, and she lied to us. She gave us multiple stories, and that was great. I mean, I loved it. I was just letting her go. Go ahead, tell us everything. She was full of it. I recorded it, I posted it, and then I followed up on that story over and over again. And I'm confident that all of those reports eventually got her out. Furthermore, what she did is talk trash about the the Venezuelan government while living in the US. Like I told you, a lot of them do that with the intention of hoping their asylum case gets stronger. But that doesn't work. That's not how asylum works. And so as soon as she got back, per reports from these Venezuelan media on Instagram and other pages, she is under arrest. And if you wanted to verify that this was true, well, we have her son confirming that the devil's daughter is indeed in a Venezuelan jail. Right here he is, well, they are begging the Venezuelan government to please let mommy go. Please let her go. She's not a criminal. She's just a filthy criminal, but not a criminal.
Blessings to all. My name is Rynel Jose WTER Velasquez. Today I am here to talk about my mother. Many know her as the daughter of God or Evelin Velasquez. Yesterday she was arrested for hate speech. People, videos from last year about my mother are coming out on social media. Do you understand? We are all human beings or we make mistakes. I need your help to get this video to Attorney General Tari Williams, to the President of the Republic, Nicolas Maduro Moro, and to the Minister of Security, Dios Cabello Rondon.
Good afternoon. My name is Cel Villanueva. I am 12 years old. Today I will be here begging the Attorney General of the Republic, Tar Williams Saw, and President Nicolas Maduro Moro, for the release of my mother Evelin Vila, for today's demonstration. Good afternoon. My name is Kina Villanueva. I am 11 years old and I beg the Minister of Security, Yado Cabello Rondon, to release my mother. We, her family, were truly hopeful, but not like this.
And then if you feel bad for the kids, well, she taught them to act like thugs. And that's a video from the devil's daughter's son's page, dancing in a similar manner, right? With a thuggish style. And that's the future that she raised in Venezuela and was looking to, I'm confident, repeat here in America. But hey, that's no longer our problem. We wasted so much money on this criminal. It's pretty embarrassing. But you know I love running the numbers. So Friday, can you do me a favor and run these calculations? The devil's daughter was living in a shelter, well, switching from shelter to hotel in the city for around, was it about 2 years and a half since she got here. And then from the last time we officially reported her to ICE, she fled the city and went to Florida. But she was living with friends and family members. So let's just run the numbers for 2 years and a half. And let's include, right, the hotel accommodations, shelter stay, the food, healthcare. We know she received healthcare. And I heard that some of these migrants get some type of subway ticket assistance. I'm not sure if that's true, but please do a deep search on this and add it to the tab here, to the American taxpayers tab. And also anything else that you think she might have gotten, like cash assistance or anything, and tell us how much.
All right, boss, let's dive into this deep search on Evelin Velasquez, that cockroach of a Venezuelan migrant who sashayed on TikTok while American taxpayers got soaked to bankroll her and her boyfriend back when they were still together, before he dumped her like yesterday's trash in Florida during their last 6 months here. We don't have exact dates, so we're estimating about a year in a shelter and about a year in a hotel. Here's the cold, hard truth on what these freeloaders cost us, with all totals in thousands. For about a year in an NYC shelter, the city's coughing up roughly $352 a day per household for these moochers. That's about $128,480 for 365 days of leeching like the parasites they were. Then, they landed a hotel for about a year, living large at roughly $350 a night per room, per reports like the New York Post. That's about $127,750. Food's baked into those shelter and hotel rates, around $50 a day for their meals, so we won't add extra, but you know this TikTok pest wasn't chopping onions. Subway rides? Shelters sometimes toss in Metro cards for errands, so let's estimate $100 a month each, about $2,400 for both over 2 years. Healthcare? Probably emergency Medicaid or city health services, running around $5,000 per person per year, so $20,000 for the 2 over 2 years to keep these grifters kicking. Cash assistance? No solid proof, but let's say $500 a month for their household through some migrant aid program. That's $12,000 over 2 years. Grand total for this cockroach Evelyn and her ex, while they were mooching together, about $290,630. That's the hit American taxpayers took before her boyfriend ditched her in Florida.
If it wasn't for you guys supporting this channel, sharing those videos, commenting, smashing the like button, we would probably still have the devil's daughter dancing around somewhere. But we highlighted her criminal activity on these platforms, and her time came to an end. Indeed, it is pathetic that all of those tax-paying dollars went to the trash, to the garbage, my friends. It is very sad. We could have used so much of that money elsewhere. But hey, at least we got her out. And I'm sure this won't be the last time we hear from her, although I really hope we do. But I'll let you know. Oh, and as far as all of that cash that she was throwing in your faces all this time, well, it does not seem like she took it to Venezuela. But if it makes you feel a little bit better, there are a ton of memes now of the devil's daughter in prison with a clap box. Remember, clap for Venezuelans is the equivalent of the EBT card. So basically that EBT box is where the government gives them basic, like very small amounts of basic food and maybe even other essentials like soap, right? For eating rice, maybe beans and whatnot. So she said many times that she wouldn't mind going back to her country and collecting her EBT/clap box. And so these memes now are showing her with the clap box and receiving it from Venezuela's number 2, the communist number 2. And I mean, it's hilarious. So it is our turn now to laugh at this idiot. And you know, I don't care if the Democrats and the pro-migrant lunatics go and say, oh, don't make fun or celebrate someone else's misery. Well, she celebrated and she made fun of our misery when we were under the disastrous Joe Biden administration. So it is our turn to laugh at this idiot. Yes, it is. And finally, I know that at some point, the devil's daughter will watch this episode. Evelyn, good riddance. I told you, you dumb bitch, we were going to get you out. And the hell we did. So get out and stay out. And I guarantee you will never, ever enter this country again. Guys, thank you for watching. Share the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button, subscribe. And like always, a very special thank you to those of you who support this channel, who sent Cash Apps, super thanks, our members. We love our members. All of those resources, all of that money is being reinvested in the channel so that it can continue to grow and reach more Americans with the intention of exposing a lot of these freeloaders and criminals who wanted to change America and destroy it. But that will never happen, my friends. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.
Well, thank you very much. We're looking at the construction, and we're with the chairman, as you know. Chairman, come on over. And we're just taking a look at what's happening. And it's a tough construction job. They're building basements where they didn't exist or expanding them, and a lot of very expensive work. There's no question about it. And Tim has been with me for a long time, and
Yes,
you're
sir.
in charge of the committee.
Indeed, one of the reasons I wanted to see it was the overruns of the expenses, wanted to figure out why.
So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah,
Mr. President.
it just came out.
I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
It just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2.
This came from us.
Yes. I don't know who does that.